sterling opened the week sharply lower in reaction to last week's downgrade by Moody's. Meanwhile, the Japanese yen also dived on talk of the Bank of Japan head nomination. The Australian dollar was weighed down by weaker than expected manufacturing data from China, whilst the euro is steady awaiting election results in Italy. Markets will likely get exit polls later today, while full results are expected by early Tuesday. The US dollar and other major currencies are also relatively steady so far. We'll probably see focus remain on sterling and yen weakness today. In particular, US dollar Japanese yen breached the recent high of 94.45 and is likely resuming the recent uptrend to the 95 psychological level. Euro sterling also breached last week's high of 0.8764 and is possibly heading towards the 0.88 level. Moody's downgraded the UK sovereign rating by one notch from AAA to AA1. The rating agency stated that the country's weak economic growth poses an increasing challenge to the government's fiscal consolidation efforts. Moreover, Moody's indicated that while the country's debt servicing capacity remains very strong and very capable of withstanding further adverse economic and financial shocks, it does not at present possess the extraordinary resilience common to other AAA-rated issuers. Chancellor of the Exchequer Osborne said in an article on Sunday that, "Britain has a debt problem, built up over many years, and we have got to deal with it." And he warned that, if we don't deal with it, interest rates will soar, homes will be repossessed and businesses will go bust. In Japan, it's reported that Prime Minister Abe is close to nominating former Bank of Japan Deputy Governor and current Asian Development Bank President Kuroda as the next Bank of Japan Governor. Compared to another candidate Muto, Kuroda is seen as a more aggressive as he advocated an inflation target more than a decade ago, pushed for a 3% target back in 2002. Though he said that the current 2% target is appropriate. It should also be noted that just earlier this month Kuroda emphasized the need to end deflation, and he noted that the Bank of Japan has really substantial room for expanding stimulus and easing. Opposition Democratic Party of Japan said last week that it won't oppose the nominees whose name were reported in the press, and thus it's likely that Kuroda will be confirmed. In China, the preliminary HSBC Purchasing Managers Manufacturing Index unexpectedly dropped to 50.4 in February, down from 52.3 in January, worse than expectation of 52.2. HSBC noted that the slower pace of manufacturing expansion partly reflects the impact of a week-long Chinese New Year holiday and partly the continued softness of external demand. But the Chinese economy is still on track for a gradual recovery. However, some economists criticized that the sharp drop in the index couldn't be explained by the Chinese New Year effect. Latest CFTC data showed that positions in sterling and Canadian dollar continued to deteriorate in the week of February 19. Euro net longs dropped slightly to 19,000, down from 24,100 and compared to February's high of 38,000. Sterling positions continued to deteriorate for the fifth week, with net shorts rose to 23,400 up from 16,800. Yen net shorts rose slightly to 65,900 up from 6.